with it.
Today, bro, we bring it back. We bringing back a reaction video, bro. Y'all forward the last one, and we kind of did too. That shit was hella easy, and we just liked the way everything was going. So we just gonna do it again. We do another fresh and fit video, but this time we got Tate. He doing most of the talking. He been blowing up recently, so we're really gonna see what the fuck he been talking about lately, or just how he been doing. I personally don't know him too much.
I ain't seen this video yet. He told me about the video. He was like, let's watch this bitch.
I personally ain't seen it either, but we finna get into it and just
I know y'all seen him on TikTok.
Yeah, he be saying sometimes he be saying some dumb shit, but then sometimes I see him say some smart shit. So we just gonna take it and just see how,
what he talking about.
What he talking about.
Shit, we finna get right to the video. Let's
let's get into it.
You went viral for saying depression isn't real.
Yeah, I went big
He's
time
talking
viral.
about
I had every
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah,
Everybody.
all of Hollywood was gunning for me, right? They were very
That's a
upset
crazy topic.
that I told the truth.
Can we talk about that? Your views on
You wanna,
say
talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, before you even.
I mean, personally, after hearing that, I don't agree with that, because I feel like some people really are going through a little depressing. Like sometimes life can get a little depressing. Sometimes
a little hard for somebody.
Yeah, it can get real hard for some people. Life can get real tough, and he might be saying that because he's on the good side of it right now.
It's not. I think even if you get some money, life still is life.
He don't have all his issues don't disappear. But I hold on. I ain't gonna count. Now that we talk about it, I feel like some people be like money don't buy happiness, but I ain't gonna lie,
But it still
money
don't
buy
be
happiness over here.
Yeah, for sure. But it still don't be some shit that's on like you.
I mean, yeah, but money really takes away a lot of those obstacles. Takes away. Only thing that really left after that is you. I feel like it's the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah, your loved ones.
Yeah, but I feel like since like we was poor in the beginning, we're not poor, but like
it wasn't easy.
Yeah. So like I'ma still have the same people. I feel like.
Yeah.
But money might change that also. I don't really know how that feel too.
For sure. So let's see what he say.
Yeah, you gotta answer that one.
Depression not being real, and you give the toxically masculine, unfiltered, raw side of it.
Well, depression is another weapon they use to destroy our masculine energy, right? That's another weapon they use, because the majority of depressed people are men. Men suffer from depression more than females because a man's life is worse than a female's life. A man's life's much harder, right? So another way they destroy us is they...
I think, did we do a video on this too? Did we do a video on this? A man's life's harder? I don't think so.
We said
I think we talked about it a little bit in one of the videos.
But...
I feel like a lot more doors are open to females than a dude. I feel like a dude has to go open. Like he has to go get his doors.
Yeah. He has to go put in the work.
Yeah, for them doors to be there. But the girl kind of... Them doors are already there for her.
Opportunities for a girl.
Yeah. Especially with... a lot of... You can make... I don't want to say this, but a girl can really make money off their body just every time.
Yeah.
You don't really need too much else.
Somebody told me the first way for a woman to get money was prostitution.
Yeah, it's...
Like, traditional, like...
You talking about back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day, that's how...
I mean,
that's how they weren't working.
That's how, like, it was all pimps and everything. Pimps pimping out the females, and then...
It's not a good thing to say, but it's true, though, on God. Yeah. And so it's still... That's why it's still a way now. Like, people that go to strip clubs, they're usually men. People that watch porn and all that shit, men. OnlyFans.
A man gonna have to really go to work for that shit, but a female, she could take few pics and live off of that for a good minute.
It's like a lot of...
Depending on her situation. So
it's a lot of opportunities.
But that's not the only thing. I feel like a man's life, he kind of like, let's say I have a family, I gotta protect that family.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on.
Depends on the person.
Yeah.
They convince us to be absolutely selfish. Depression is nothing but extreme selfishness. That's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to tell you why it's not real in a second. But if you're depressed, you're living inside of your mind, you're obsessed with how you feel, you don't care about anything outside of yourself, and you're an exceptionally selfish person. That's all they're trying to do is convince you and teach you to be...
The way he's saying it, I kind of agree. But not really, though. Like, I get what he's saying.
I don't understand the selfish part, but I understand it's a mind game, though.
He's saying it's selfish is because, like, if you're depressed, you're focusing on something that's making you sad or depressed. Like, it could be a million other things to focus on in the world, and your mind is focusing on this one thing, and that's making you selfish because, like, you're taking away from everything else. Like, you're being selfish to yourself. Cause, like,
that makes sense. On God,
yeah, but when he says it's his mind thing, you can't come into the world with your mind just being like that though. Like, you gotta go through some sad.
You gotta learn.
Yeah, you gotta learn. Like you're not gonna
lessons.
just be strong minded from the get go to like, oh, something happened. Oh, I can't do nothing about that. I had to just look away.
Yeah.
I feel like he looking at the strongest people right now. Some people, it's hard people to not be depressed all the time. Ain't no way like.
Extremely selfish. Let me tell you something.
Person right there.
Yeah, on God.
Making that type of money, that's a rare person.
Yeah, exactly. There's not too many people making it. It's rare.
Oh God.
That's crazy.
I'm going to say this right here, right now. Because there's a whole bunch of famous people, Lincoln Park and whatever, they killed themselves. If you have children and you kill yourself, you're not a man. I don't care what you're feeling. I don't care how sad you are. You have children to take care of. You're going to embarrass your children? You're going to leave your children without a father?
Andrew, we said
you're
that
sad?
Okay. That depends. Because they like grown. And I just decided it's my time to go. And they got money.
How old?
I wouldn't leave them unless they're like 30.
I think he's saying like, wait, 30?
Yeah, my kids have to be. I wouldn't kill myself. I'm like 18. And they're like 18.
No. I think he's saying like
In general?
45. When he's 45, I don't think he's saying like when he's old.
Yeah, I agree with he's saying. I agree with him. I agree with him now. If they like 7 or 6 and I have kids, then it's not cool. Take away their dad.
Yeah, oh God.
Because you're sad. If you have children and you kill yourself,
Wait.
you were...
Yeah. I agree with him. Because you're sad. Yeah, you can focus on something else.
Wait. So, can you say that about somebody going to jail?
If you put yourself in that position,
Yeah.
kinda. Like you
Can
put
you say
you put yourself there. If you have kids and you out here doing shit that might put you in jail, that's kind of your fault. It depends if you're doing it to take care of them though. If you out there in the streets to take care of your kids, it's a fine line between like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say your name.
Never a man to begin with. Absolute garbage. Garbage. And the only reason this crap happens is because of the acceptance of depression. People say that depression is stigmatized. It's the complete opposite. It's accepted now to the point where it's almost promoted. It's insane. Let me tell you something. Depression is not real. Feeling depressed is real. So you can feel depressed, but you feel depressed, and that is a natural biological evolutionary trigger for you to change something in your life. That's your own mind telling you you're unhappy about X. If I went to jail today, I'd be depressed because I'm in jail. I haven't caught depression. I don't have a disease. I'm just upset with my situation.
Yep.
I have people mess with me all the time. I'm fat and I can't get a girlfriend because I'm depressed. I'm like, no, pancake lover. You're depressed because you're fat and you can't get a girlfriend. Do you understand? This is the point, right? So for a lot of people, your life is depressing.
That makes
a
sense.
lot
That
of you
makes a
out
lot
there,
of
if you're
sense.
sitting there and you say you
makes sense.
suffer from depression, you probably live a depressing life. You probably live a depressing...
That kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of true. If you keep doing the same shit and you're depressed, you're gonna stay depressed. You kind of gotta change something.
You have to.
That makes a lot of sense. I ain't gonna care.
life. So if I was you, I'd be depressed. But if you were me, you'd be happy. Do you know what could solve depression
It's
for
kinda
most
cool.
poor people? $1
He
million
trying to say
in the
he just
bank.
happy.
He just
Boom.
happy. But I
So
don't-
how is it
I
a
don't believe
disease?
that.
So when I
Yeah.
say this to people, most of them agree and they go, okay, but if that's true, why do famous people kill themselves? And I say, well, I know you think you outsmarted me, but I'm Andrew Tate. And I have the answer. The reason is twofold. This absolute acceptance of depression and acceptance of weakness. When you accept anything, to a degree you're promoting it. Weakness is promoted now in men, right?
Yeah.
So let's take Robin Williams as an example. Robin Williams killed himself,
I was just
right?
going to say him.
Robin Williams, right? Famous. He could be banging 19-year-olds for the rest of his life. Multi-millionaire. Everyone loves him. How could he possibly kill himself? I'll tell you why. Because when he walked into the therapist's office and said, I feel depressed, the therapist said, okay, here's some mind-altering drugs. Start taking these. And then I need to see you 6 hours a day, every day, and we're going to talk about sad things for the next 10 years. Because he was in therapy for 10 years.
Oh, God.
If I had to take mind-altering drugs and talk about sad shit for 6 hours a day for 10 years, I'd kill myself. But if he would have walked into...
That kind of goes to like them asylum things. Like once you get in there and you get on them meds, you don't get out of there. Like, you staying there on the meds, like, they fuck with you. Like, them shits were like, they, like, I heard you do not get off of the meds. Like, them shits are tough.
But, yeah. I mean, that's what drugs do.
Personally, I don't like therapy. I just don't see...
Wait, why you say that? You don't think
I just don't... To me, it just... I would never see myself... I could never see myself going to a random person and then talking about my feelings. Because at the end of the day...
Does therapy gotta be you paying somebody? Can't just be you talking to somebody that you know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Brother.
Yeah, but are they really gonna call it therapy if you don't have like a... Well, I don't know the true definition of therapy. I don't know how far it goes. I don't know how far it goes. Yeah, and that could be therapy. That could be therapy. I ain't gonna count. That low key is for me. That's what they do. It's a reset. It's a reset. Every time I spark up, that shit a reset. So I hate when people be like, "But you're dependent on it." But then, so hold on. That's a hard topic because some people say, "Oh, if you get sad about something, you go spark a blunt." Oh, you're dependent on it. But then you could look at it at the other end. Oh no, that's my therapy.
Yeah.
Because some people go to therapy. They get sad about some shit and they don't go spark a blunt, but they go to therapy.
But you call that addiction? You don't call that addiction? Like somebody drinking coffee?
But some people wake up and drink coffee every day.
Yeah. So they can get that boost up.
Yeah.
Instead of reset, boost up.
I mean...
So you think that's... dependent on it?
Though?
Are you dependent on it?
I mean, if I feel like I was dependent on it...
It's not dependent on it?
I feel like it's I don't know. I mean... just depends on if there's a day where you get sad and you can't like spark up or do whatever you get that reset in. Depends how it affects you then. Like if you get real in your feelings or upset or like you can't function,
right?
Yeah, you can't function that day without that reset, then yeah, you might be a little addicted. But if like you can do something else to buy your time, then I don't think you're addicted.
I feel you.
Maybe, I don't know.
To the therapist's office, and the therapist said to him,
I don't know.
"You're Robin Williams. There are people in the world with no food.
Yeah,
there are families in Syria.
I say this
there
every
are
time.
school buses being bombed in Yemen. There are people who lost their entire family in a car crash today. You're Robin Williams, and everyone you love is in perfect health. You're a selfish idiot. Get out of my office. Get some balls.
Bam.
He'd still be alive today. The cure made it worse. And this whole society of accepting depression, as soon as someone's depressed, instantly go to them, "Oh, poor you. It's okay. We know you can't help it. You can't help it." Why are you telling people they can't help it? Why are you reinforcing that mindset in people? If you come to me and say you're depressed, I say, "I will fix you." And you know what's crazy? When I said this depression thing wasn't real, do you know how many people stuck up for depression? You don't understand. I'm depressed. Depression's real. Then I was like, if it's so horrible, why are you defending it? You sound like it's PR team. Why, what? I thought it was ruining your life.
Yeah.
But you are desperate for me to believe in it. You want me to believe in it. You're sticking up for it.
That is true though. If you don't believe in depression, it's kind of hard for it to affect you. You can still get sad over things, but if you really don't like, if you're optimistic, like something bad can happen to you and you still look at the bright side of things, it's really hard for you to get depressed.
Yeah.
Because like you're always looking at the bright side of things, and not to say that you can't get depressed, but it's just a lot harder.
But it's not depressed. He's trying to say it's not. It's you being depressed.
Yeah.
But not.
It's even like a state of mind. Yeah.
Depression is like somebody that's always depressed.
Yeah. Always sad. Just.
But they always sad about the same thing usually.
Yeah, on God, it's always just the same couple things back over and over and over. And I guess that does add up over time, but like sometimes
you can't.
You doing that to yourself.
That's what he said is selfish for.
Yeah, on God, you're selfish because you doing it to yourself.
Depression. Try to convince me it's real because it's your cure-all excuse for failure. When you're depressed, you can fail in every human metric. I fail at everything, but I'm depressed. It's not my...
It is easy.
It is easy to fail when
it's easy to give up,
and then it's easy to blame it on something like depression.
Yeah,
it's easy just to be like, "Oh, I'm depressed. It's just not today," or it's just like, "Oh, I would go to the gym, but just not today," or "I would go to not today. I'm just don't feel."
Even I do that sometimes. I want to go to the gym. Not today.
Not today. It's just, but like,
tired. Because it's so easy to give up.
Oh God, so I can see that. Yeah, I kind of agree with that one.
But you gotta have to be strong minded though. Like
the people he's describing have to be
because you're not trying very hard.
Yeah.
If you live in a house, I say this all the time. This is the reason I don't believe in depression.
I feel like he went through a lot of shit.
Yeah, he had to have gone through some shit to get to
depression. I cannot become depressed.
Bam.
No matter what the worst thing that could possibly happen to me on earth, I will feel sad, but I will recover and I will not become depressed because I don't believe in depression. If you're in an old haunted house, right? You have two people in two haunted houses. One believes in ghosts and one doesn't. You hear some noise in the night. The wind blows, right? The man who believes in ghosts is like, oh no, a ghost. Now he's scared, right? He wants an exorcist. He can't sleep. He's scared about ghosts. He's paranoid. The guy who doesn't believe in ghosts goes wind, whatever, and goes back to sleep. Do you understand that it's the belief that gives it power?
Right.
If you don't believe in ghosts, the ghost can't hurt you. If you don't believe in depression, you can't become depressed. And I refuse to believe in something that's going to weaken me. Why would I believe in something that's going to weaken my ability to deal with problems in life?
Somebody else can convince you.
Convince me of what?
In his example of the ghost. You got, who is the ghost? You start hearing the same shit. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's kind of brought up.
Like if it's a gunshot and everybody just running, you just see everybody running. You know.
But that's people though. That's people. Like if it happened at this party we went to a party, bro. We were just all outside, bro. Everybody was just outside. We were just cooling. One nigga started running. Nobody really started running for real, but people started moving. Then two people started running. And then it took 2 seconds for everybody to start running. Now everybody running. Nobody running from nothing. Everybody running from nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro. Huh?
You was running?
I mean, yeah, I started running. Everybody started running. I mean, because like at a party, you know, somebody might start shooting. You never know. But like all it took was like for 1 or 2 people to start running, and everybody took off. So, but then we figured out like later on, nothing happened. Everybody was just running because it was a party. Who knows? It's like everybody just started running. So I kind of agree with that. Because if you believe in it, because I could have kept walking. I don't know what happened.
I just thought of something for you to admit. It might be a crazy one.